Hi everybody, my name's Claire, welcome back. I've got an amazing new colour scheme to start to try and it's basically purples and turquoises, which I love the combination. And I've had this idea of doing it on a split colour base, but of iridescent pearl white and the iridescent gold. So a beautiful combination for the base and then a beautiful combination for the Dutch pour colour scheme. So I'm really excited to get going. So let me show you the colours I've chosen. So here are the colours I've chosen. So for the base, I'm going to do a split colour base. I've got pearl white, which is this, Dale Rowney. And then I've got the gold from Pebeo Studio Acrylics. It's this gold, iridescent gold, and it's the more yellow gold. So they do two. This is a more yellowy one. The other one's a much richer one. But these two colours together, I just think look beautiful. So both iridescent for a split base. Then I've got another Dale Rowney colour, Phthalo Turquoise, Amsterdam, Prussian Blue Phthalo, which is a blue with a sort of hint of turquoise when it's mixed with some white, when it's diluted. And then Amsterdam Permanent Blue Violet. I've got Pebeo Studio Acrylics, Iridescent Green, Blue Green, sorry. And then I've got this. Now, I think, I've had this a while, it's just a little pot. With some leftover painting. I think this paint I scraped from my worktop and to save the paint. So I don't know what's in here, but you can see it's a bit sparkly. So there's definitely some iridescent colours in there. So it's just a lovely violet-y mix of colours. So I just feel these sort of turquoises and purples will go really well with quite a neutral yellowy gold and pale pearl white base. So I'm quite excited about this colour scheme. All the paints I've mixed with floetrol, and I will put the recipe in the description of this video. I'm using a 40 by 50 centimetre canvas. I've just put the really big push pins into the back, hammered them in, and then just put a spirit level on the canvas just to check that it's totally level. So as I said, I want a split colour base. I haven't done a split colour for ages, so I'm really quite excited about it. I'm going to do 3 sections of colour, and then 2 sections of blown out colour, design colour. So I think what I'm going to do is I want to start it from here, and it's going to go up and out. So I think I'd like a white section in the centre, and then some gold sections at the side. In fact, I might just draw it on. If I pencil it on, then I know exactly where I'm going to be pouring the colour on top. So it's just going to be quite rough. So maybe a small gold section there. Something like that. So this will be gold, white, gold. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So I'll put the white on first. So I'm just going to drizzle it in the middle. Right, so far so good. Obviously my lines aren't straight. It just doesn't matter in the slightest because I'm going to be pouring over them and blowing out from there. So it just does not matter. So let's pop some of these colours on. So I've got 3 more turquoisey colours and then 2 more purpley colours. So I think it makes sense to alternate those. I think I'm going to put the darkest turquoise on the bottom. And then maybe the lighter purple. Right, so turquoise, purple turquoise, purple turquoise. So I'm just going to do some wiggly lines at the border between these two colours. This purple is in a plastic cup and I'm going to find it difficult to pour from that. So I'm just transferring some into a little paper cup. The paper cups are brilliant because you can bend them so you can create a sort of funnel from them. So they work really, really well. Right, my instinct is telling me to add a little bit more paint. So I'm adding a little bit more of the light purple. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of the dark purple. And then maybe a little bit more of the mid turquoise. The colours are so pretty. Do you know what? I'm going for a tiny bit of the very dark turquoise. I'm not going to add any pearl white or gold because I've got plenty on the canvas. It will get mixed up. So you can see obviously there's gold that side already and there's a bit of white this side. So it's all going to get mixed up together. So to blow this out, I'm going to start from this end and blow that way. So actually what I might do to make it easier is just turn my canvas round. Because I'm right-handed, I would also always find it easier to go from the right side and up. Right, let's see. I really don't know how this is going to turn out. So I think I'm going to go for the bottom one first. Beautiful. Wow, what gorgeous colours. You probably noticed I really took my time. I've got a lot of paint on here and I felt like if I did it really quickly, the colour would have just splattered everywhere. So pretty. I want to just make the edges a little bit choppier in a minute, which I won't use my hairdryer for. I'll use my breath, maybe even with a straw. I sort of feel that this bit of gold needs to go. I'm just going to blow that over with the hairdryer. These colours are absolutely gorgeous. You cannot beat turquoise and purple. I almost wonder now if I should have done gold everywhere or white everywhere either. Oh, it's so pretty. Right, I'm just going to do a little bit of blowing around the edges. I quite like this edge because it's quite nice and wavy, but I'm not so keen on some of these edges. So I'm just going to add a little bit more detail in. Right, I think I'm done. I'm not going to torch it because I've got some beautiful cells, and I think if I torch it, I'm going to get tiny, tiny little speckles in throughout the whole painting. And what I like is that really solid, intense band of colour through the centre, and I don't really want anything to break that up, so I'm not going to torch. The only other bit I'm looking at is where these two lines meet. Do I need to do anything there? Because it was inevitable that the two lines of paint were so close together, they were going to be overlapping. That was fine. But I'm just wondering about, there is a line, it's quite subtle, you might not even notice it, but I definitely noticed it. I think I'm just going to do a little bit of blowing around just to try and blend that slightly. Yeah, I've just made it slightly choppier, so then it kind of flows with this one. There's a little bit of white here. I wonder if I should get rid of that. I quite like that though. There's a little bit of white there and a little bit of gold here. I think I might leave it. Oh, it's so pretty. Right, let me get you in for a close-up. These colours are so pretty. I'm really inspired. I don't think I'm going to be putting my paints away. I think I'm going to be doing another one with this colour scheme. Just let me show you how intense these colours are. They are gorgeous. Purple and turquoise is just one of my favourite combinations. So you've got this wonderful intense band. Can you see it looks slightly speckled there in the centre? So that just means to me that you can see the underlying layers of paint. So if I were to torch it, I think it would just go very, very speckled. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. So over to this side, you've just got some wonderful green. The green you can see underneath, you've got some wonderful gold cells, and you can really see how the colour just blows over the top of the gold and the gold just comes through. So pretty. I made all the edges quite choppy, which I really like. Some beautiful turquoise cells there and purple. And then I quite like this section, so it just blows gently over the gold. So you can see the gold through, but the gold's not too, it's just not too obvious. And then the contrast of the colours up against the pearl white is really, really pretty. And the pearl white will dry a kind of creamy colour, which is why I chose it. So it will blend really nicely with the gold. It's not so stark as white. So pretty. I love these colours. Right, I'll be back when it's dry. So it's now dry. The colours are absolutely amazing. I've got slightly mixed feelings about it in that you've got two big waves of colour, and I often really like an odd number. So I've got an odd number of bits of negative space, but what obviously dominates is the Dutch pour, the blowout sections. So I, in hindsight, think it would have looked better with maybe three smaller ones, but the colours are incredible. The pearl white here has just, can you see? I'm just going to move it around so you can see the iridescence. It's this wonderful, rich, creamy colour. And then the gold, just look how shiny and iridescent the gold is. So the colours are gorgeous. And then just look at this. I'm absolutely blown away by these colours. Purples and turquoises are just incredible. And this side is very bright, where you can see the gold. It almost looks yellowy, the gold peeking through. As opposed to this side is a lot softer with the white peeking through. I like both sides. I would say I think I prefer it up against the white. I just think the colours blend better than with the gold. So I think if I were to do it again, I might not do the gold base, just maybe have the pearl white base. But the cells, there's more cells on the gold side. But it's this bit that I'm just amazed by. This colour scheme is just amazing. You can see the transparency there of some of the colours because you can see the different layers of colours. And I'm so happy with my edges. I just like wiggly, wavy edges without them becoming too soft. So yeah, really, overall, I'm really, really happy. So please let me know what you think. Please do leave me comments. Let me know what you think. Great, thank you so much for watching. Bye.